Alright guys, we're back with Brad's Rival 32, Rival GTR, whatever the build name of this thing is. In the last couple episodes, on the road to SEMA. So in the last couple episodes, we got the drivetrain pulled out, we got the subframe spacers in, and we got the engine bay all cleaned up. We kind of game planned a little bit this morning. We want to get the test block and test trans in here. We're still waiting on a few pieces we need. Today, what the idea is, well, it's actually getting late in the day, so it'll be mostly tomorrow, but we need to get the entire interior stripped out of this thing. So the cage, the seats, the carpet, the dash, the console, all the interior panels. We need to get that out so the glass guys can come and pull out the glass. We're gonna need the glass out for when this thing goes to paint. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us.
Why do you take the glass out?
Because you can paint behind the glass.
Get all the jams, all
get
the
everywhere.
crosses. Are they slow jams?
That way you get paint underneath all of these seals, all of that stuff.
So you take all those seals off.
Yep.
Otherwise, people just tape.
Just tape along there, yeah.
Right here, and tape right here, and that's not a quality job.
So the plan is we're also going to do full lizard skin on the interior of this thing, which is like a sound
deadener.
Yeah, sound deadener.
And also we're going to do lizard skin on the bottom.
Yep, and that's going to be for
heat.
So we've got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to start getting at it. So we'll take you along with us. So this is a bolt-in cage, which is going to make it really easy to get out. We're also replacing this ugly blue with some black brand new stuff from Cusco. So to give you guys an idea, this dash is in really good shape. Most of the time with R32s you get a dash bubble here and across here, and most importantly 95% of them have a bubble across here. This one is really, it's perfect, and even the cuts around the cage here, look at how well they did this. So this dash is in really good shape. We're just going to get it out. We also need to pull the heater core because we've got some fittings to go on the back there into the engine bay, which you can see here. So we've got some AN lines that are going to replace those boys. But the interior of this guy is really good condition. We're going to match the back seats with the front seats. We're going to do a suede headliner. We got some other stuff that we're going to do, but I don't want to give it away too soon. I want to keep you guys interested. So. Alrighty guys, we've got both doors off. We've got we got the center console out and most of the center section there. It's really interesting because a lot of times as you're pulling these things apart, you find things that you weren't expecting. So everything's been dynamated with some, I don't know what that is. It's like some different kind of stuff, and the entire chassis has been painted yellow for some reason. So that's weird, or at least most of the interior is. We'll see how much of it is painted. Never seen that before. So I mean, it's not going to matter in the long run anyway, because we're going to be coating everything in here. So no big deal. It's just interesting that it is. So everything is yellow. Pretty weird. It's about that time tonight, so we're going to pick up on this in the morning. I'll see you then.
Alright guys, it's the next morning. We're going to get started on this and finish ripping out the interior. I got to get the back half of the cage out, and in order to do that, I have to jack up the back of the car. It mounts right in Chonder, and I can't really get my hand in there to get those broken loose, so I'm going to jack it up, get the rear wheels off, and that will let me take out these bars right here, because they mount back in there, and then once I loosen those up, I can pull these out, pull this out. I already got most of the bolts out of it, but it's kind of tight, so I need a little bit more wiggle room. and then I can finish taking out this back half and get the back seat out, and then I can move on to getting the dash off. You gotta take all these trim panels out, dash, everything's coming out, the carpet's coming out. Pretty much we're gonna strip this thing. The headliner's gonna come out. So yeah, let's get started.
Alright guys, you're inside now, and everything's yellow. We'll show you some really cool stuff that they did to this thing. They definitely race chassis prepped this thing, so we'll show you that in a minute, but we're going to start working on getting some of this dash out. So let's go. We still got a lot of stuff to get out. All the main stuff is out. I'll show you. So we got a lot out, but we still have quite a bit left to do. Did you do a burnout? Yeah. So we've got a bunch of stuff to get out. We got to finish getting the roll cage out. We've got to get the harness out. We've got to get all the weather stripping out, the headliner. We've still got some stuff. So let's back to it. All right, guys, quick update. We've been going to town, so we got pretty much everything from behind the dash pulled up. I still got to get the dash or the firewall mat out. We've got everything pulled out. The bulk of the harness is pulled out. We still have to get the trunk harness out so we can get everything else. But heater core, the blower motor, the AC stuff, all of that is out. So, yeehaw, we're getting there. Getting there slowly but surely. So it's really fun, like, taking these cars apart, especially the chassis harness, because when people add stuff, like different gauges or different, like a turbo timer or whatever that VTC, I don't know what that thing was. They add that in there, but then they tie it partially to the chassis harness, partially to the engine harness. So it's literally just stretched wires across everything, and it makes it impossible to get it out. So you can see here, ignore this terrible yellow paint, but like all these rivets everywhere on the chassis. It's really cool. It's basically like a way of stitch welding, but with rivets. So that's a good way to one, get rid of some like vibrations and strengthen up the chassis itself. So we've got to get all of this stuff out. We need to tear apart the trunk as well. Spare tire, oh girl.
Oh,
more
I
chassis
understand
stuff
it now, man.
You understand it?
They did the yellow to try to match the spare.
Except for that's like orange and that's yellow. Brad bought us all lunch today again.
Brad,
thank you,
are
Brad.
The best. I appreciate you. Yep.
CJ's down there cussing, and understand why. There's one more little harness right there.
Oh yeah!
And the rest of the harness is pulled out.
You want to pull that up through?
Yep, that's all I'm waiting on to pull this harness out. Oh.
Don't crush me.
Wow. Is it because I'm overweight, CJ?
You got that one, and then there's that one, and then
Boom! Chassis harness. CJ,
we got it.
get it out of here. Woo! Chassis harness is out.
Okay.
Boom.
We did it.
We did it. Interior is all stripped out. Wiring is all stripped out. Trunk stripped out.
Everything.
Everything is stripped out, minus the windows.
But that's soon to come.
Yep, those guys will be here probably tomorrow or the next day, and we'll video that. I guess tomorrow we'll probably get that, or as soon as we can. I think we're waiting on one more piece. We're gonna get the test block and the trans in, and we're not done working. We got like another hour and a half worth of work putting this.
We're just taking a little breather, you know, because in and out of cars, back hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Yeah.
I guess that's it. See ya.